Where's the start?
Your ex-teammates, Phil.
I know.
Happy today, aren't you?
I know, yeah. Couple of my old... Mr Lamb, sir. How are you, sir?
Don't change your fly.
Don't change
Where do you want me?
Sammy, wherever you want. Why are you swapping, you two?
Don't change the fly.
You're always there, aren't you?
Stone man.
Lammy, did you captain, Phil?
Yeah, once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gladys, there you go, mate.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Brisbane.
The Gabba.
What year was that?
We bowled them out.
We did all right.
Looking good.
We had them on the run. So
We did.
Our flick one off his legs to leg slip.
Are these things real?
We was,
Yeah.
we was
All these proper guns.
we was doing well, and then out. And then, do you remember Greg Matthews?
Yeah.
What year was this?
90.
91, 90.
Yeah, 1991. We was doing brilliant, and then I couldn't believe it. I mean, one of my heroes, Allan. You know what I mean? Great player, smashing the spinners around. Couldn't believe it. Greg Matthews bowls him an absolute rank long outside off stump, slaps it straight to point now. What was all that about?
He had a wig, didn't he? Didn't he bowl in a
He
wig?
did have the treatment, yeah.
A wig.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Did he not run? When he
Hey,
got 100
I used to have one.
He got 100 at
This
Sydney.
is mine.
Was that little
Yeah.
time when he ran to
He
the...
did.
He ran down straight to the...
He did.
His mum was watching by the sight screen or something.
That's right. He was my first Test wicket. He got Greg Matthews.
Greg Matthews.
Yeah. Long off. No, short, full toss outside off stump. Hit it straight down Eddie Hemmings' throat to deep mid.
Eddie, 10 pegs.
Grandad Hemmings.
You've got coffee or a tea?
No, this is
Gents?
fine.
No, do you want one?
I'll have a tea.
Well, good. What have you been up to this week, guys? Anything? Dave?
I've been on my holidays to Sidmouth.
Sidmouth.
Sidmouth, eh?
Lovely.
Sidmouth, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, beautiful.
Posh.
Yeah,
Nice.
Jurassic course.
Lovely cricket ground at Sidmouth.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
Overlooking the sea.
Did you get in the sea? Did you get in?
No, I'm not a great swimmer, but there were people in the sea, and we had a wild day, so they were sort of surfing.
Except
That's what's funny here.
That's cookies too, yeah.
Yeah, they were surfing in the sea, in wetsuits and all that.
You have some fish and chips?
No.
No?
No. We went to a couple of pubs just in the villages.
Yeah.
It was lovely. Took the dogs. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
What have you been doing, Phil?
Espanol.
He's been to Spain.
Yeah, nipped over there. Yeah, got a bit poorly on the way home, though. I always seem to
You look a bit sunburnt. Where you been?
Well, yeah, but Spain.
Did you stay indoors?
I can remember that. We was playing somewhere, and I think it was Geraldton or something like that, and I was smiling a lot for some reason, I don't know, and he said, Tuffers, if you keep smiling so much, you're going to have sunburnt teeth.
When he was captain at Northampton, I'm umpiring, it's a game at Warwickshire, do you remember? And there were some lakes, I think they were called Black Lakes, weren't they, something?
There was nothing in the game.
And
It started raining.
Nothing, it'd been a bit of rain, and we were both into fly fishing and that. He comes in the room, he said, "You've got to call this off. You should call it off early and we'll go fishing." So we've got looked at this pitch and there's no chance of playing it. It's off. There's flipping sun come out,
Yeah.
it was a
We're
magnificent
all the
afternoon.
crowd in there, we fly fishing. They're looking for the umpire and the captain.
And so it's a posh lakes, there's a couple of lakes, and he's there, he goes, whoa, straight up a tree. And he said, "This is my tandem dog knobbler." That was a fly, that. So he goes and gets a set of ladders, and he puts the ladders up against the tree and trying to pull the thing down. And they allow you to take 2 fish. If you're fishing, you could take 2. He's caught 4 and shoved 2 down his Wellington.
The brownies and the rainbows.
Rainbows. Yeah, they
All
stopped.
rainbows.
Yeah.
Happy day.
I'm going this week. I'm going on the wharf this
Are you
week.
still doing it?
Yeah, I'm going on the wharf. I'm going for 2 days and sleep in the car.
Didn't you used to always go
Sleep
up?
in the
Didn't you
car.
go on the trips with Beefy up to Scotland? You went on many, didn't you? The old fly there.
10 times with Beefy.
Yeah.
up there.
What's he like with the old
He's got
fly?
all the gear. He's brilliant.
Yeah, you got. I wouldn't say the finesse. And then he's got this double-handed whoosh, and he gets the fucking thing out.
And then so at 8 o'clock in the morning on a proper river up in Scotland, whichever it would be, right, meet at the hut, go down the hut. He said, "Right, fellas," he said, "right, we've got to toast the river." What? So he gets this malt whiskey and puts like that much in. Yeah, come on, lads, all down. What are we doing? He said, you won't catch unless you toast the river. So, and slug it back. Woof, 8 o'clock in the morning with an absolute flagon. He gets completely arsehole during the day, takes his dog, that Pinot.
Pinot's still going.
Pinot's still going. Beefy comes back in the hut, he's like that, you know he does. And Pinot's lead on his head. got this Jack Russell on his head.
He'd never made lunchtime, did he?
No,
He was
no.
on at lunchtime.
No.
Are you any good?
Eh?
You any good?
I can get it out there.
Yeah, you can. Oh, he's all right.
I've never done it. Never done
Oh,
it.
you're good at
No,
it.
it is.
You've
No.
got to do it.
I think
You'll
you took
love
us
it.
New
It's been-
Zealand, didn't
yeah.
you? New Zealand
I took
we went.
I took Hickey and Judge.
Yeah, the judge.
Yeah. Oh, the judges can be paying me. It's all Rod at
Yeah.
and he's looked after Judge. Judge got a new set of teeth. He looks like Klopp now.
No, I saw him. I saw him.
How is he? How
I
is
saw
Judge?
him.
Is he-
He's
No,
Robin
good.
Smith, what a legend.
No,
Straight
I-
down the middle.
I
Is he-
actually
is he
saw
with
He's
his
him.
starting
brother?
to coach again. And
Is he with his brother, Kip?
I actually saw
no,
him.
Rod's looked after him. Rod Bransgrove.
Yes.
No, I saw the judge. I went to Oz for the Lions rugby, the first 2 Lions tests. So I actually flew into Perth to do some recce for
Yeah,
the
man.
Ashes, and I actually spent a day with him. He met me, got the ferry over from the Quay over to he lives in South Perth, so you get the ferry over.
you got it.
And you saw him, and he's got this. We got to go around with bikes. I said, brilliant, love that. I love a bit of cycling around the river at Perth, you know, Swan River. Nice little, it's nice and flat, no hills there. So sure enough, he's got a bike. He says, I've got a mate with a shop up the road. I've got a bike sorted for you. So I said, yeah, that sounds a plan. So up we go up the parade, his mate with a shop. And I've got this bloody granny push bike. And he's got a lecky bike. He's got the old electric bike. That you just press a button, this thing pisses off in front of you. 45 kilometres we did cycling around because we went up.
You
to
have a
the back
basket on the front.
Oh, well,
there.
I didn't have the Mother Hubbard's basket, but I might as well had.
And how is he?
He's very good. He's
Great.
really good, really healthy and fit.
Brilliant.
Sadly, he lost it was his birthday a week ago, 10 days ago.
We lost his dad.
He lost his dad 2 days before his birthday.
But you know, to be honest,
He's been looking after his dad.
probably the best.
Yeah, his dad was there. But he's good. He's really solid. He's sorted out.
He was the only one I banned from the
Strong.
Nets. His dad used to come
Yeah.
and play coach.
He did coach.
Really?
Yeah,
I
yeah, he
told
did. His dad. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I read
Yeah.
his book. I read his book. He has got a book, hasn't he? Has Judge got a book out?
I remember
Ages
playing
ago.
against Judge when he was, the old ground at Southampton.
Yeah.
And every morning, the car park, you'd park up on the right.
Yeah.
And then the nets were just on
Just
as
on
you
there.
walked through.
Yeah.
And he was always there with his dad on the
Sick,
bowling
with his
machine.
dad on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeah, I swear he has got written a book, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did write.
I swear I read that.
Right.
I remember when I was one of my first ever, when I first turned up at Essex and went into first team squad, but I was only like 14. You know, the pre-season game, and Robin Smith was playing. I was like, oh my God. Stand up point at him in April the 1st. I was like, you wouldn't go there, would you?
Strong player.
Welcome to Stick to Cricket, brought to you by Betfair, and today's shows we're here at Lord's, the home of cricket. You could argue the greatest cricket ground in the world. Enjoy the show.
We got sponsored by Merrill Wines and Bollinger Champagne. So we had more wines travelling around with us than bags.
The headline was, can't bat, can't bowl, can't field.
Ray Julian shouts across to me, he says, Mr. Lloyd, have you seen who's coming in now? I said, it's AJ Lamb, I do believe. He said, I'll bet I get him before you.
Beef got injured fly fishing in Tasmania.
Flintoff, Ben Stokes, Ian Botham. You've got to rank them 1 to 3.
Oh, David Gower, he got given this big bottle of Dom Perignon, and someone's given him this great big sword, and you knock the top off it like that, and he said, I now declare the afternoon well and truly open.
This episode of Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Huel. Hey, Phil, we travel a lot.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a bit of Huel, isn't it? That you can just pack in your suitcase or in your
Absolutely.
rucksack.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a lovely flask as well, isn't it? Look at that. It's an absolute beauty. Well, no, I mean, when I played, I found it always difficult to, at lunchtime, you can't go and have lunch, did you? I didn't really manage to get anything down me, you know what I mean, when you're playing. So something like this would be cracking.
Well, I'll tell you what, this...
All the boost and all the vitamins. Lovely.
Well, what you can put in here is this Huel Black Edition. 40 grams of protein. It comes in 26 vitamins in this pack.
Yeah, flavours.
Comes in different flavours like caramel, chocolate, vanilla. Pile it in here, add a bit of water, shakey wakey. Have a try.
Yeah.
Have a try. This is the vanilla.
Yeah. Healthy caramel, that sounds nice.
Oh, that's nice, the vanilla. Yeah. Just got to make sure you shake it, Phil.
Oh, that's all right.
Not without the top on.
No, that's right.
Yeah, so this is it. 40 grams of protein.
Yeah.
26 vitamins.
Get all the good stuff in you.
Yeah, a few different flavours. Perfect. Lovely.
Get the good stuff down here.
Huel makes healthy eating simple. Try it today and get £10 off and use our exclusive code STC at huel.com/STC. Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Right, lads, should we start the show?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, come on.
Right. So this show...
That's
That's part of it. Don't worry, Lammy. We're going to call this show Lammy and Gladstone's advice on how to win down under.
Oh, lovely.
1986.
1986-87. You were both a part of that historic.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna be the two that give Ben and his team and Baz, the Baz ballers, all the advice. Recollect what happened in your time, and you're going to give this modern England team the same advice of what works down under. Where do you want to start? Let's start with warm-up games, yeah?
Got to lose all them.
So how did you go in the warm-up games?
Lost them all.
Well, we didn't need warm-up games because we lost them all, yep. So I've said to Baz's team, don't have any warm-up games.
Well, they're not.
They're not.
Well, that's exactly why.
The first warm-up game we had was in Bundaberg.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is Bundaberg famous for in Australia? Rum. So we arrived, the England team, after having 10 days in Brisbane. Done
Pardon? 10 days?
10 days.
Without a game?
Just no game. just
No, we were
practicing.
practicing hard.
For you lot? With you lot?
Well, this lot spent most of the time down in the surfers' paradise with Packer, and he was playing in the casino with Packer. You lot, the senior players.
Kerry Packer.
Botham, Lamb, Gower would be down the coast with Packer would send the limousine off and to take them off for the night. Well, us little juniors might find our way. So he eventually got to Bundaberg to play this game. Beefy goes up we're lying by the pool. Beefy goes up in some big old bomber thing. And we're by the pool, hear this thing coming over. He's dive bombed the bloody pool in this thing. Meanwhile, Gower, who had his nose slightly put out of joint on that trip because he got Gatted deposed him as captain during the summer.
Yes,
Right.
And feeling a bit left out, got absolutely wankered on Bundaberg rum. He's not a rum drinker, is he, Gow? He's a bit more refined.
We went to the mayor's
That's
place
right.
to meet the mayor, and it was a cocktail party, and there was all the beers and forks, and then Beefy said, we better drink. Everyone drinking Bundaberg. Jesus, the boys are knocking Bundaberg back. Eventually, everyone's fairly pissed now, and we got this massive big coach, and afterwards, we're just leaving to get in. We get on the coach, and the mayor's there waving goodbye. They all say, and Gower next minute out the window. And he spewed up all outside the window. And here's the mayor looking.
That was how it started.
Right, so what we need is Ben and Baz to go to the mayor's Perth, drink a load of rum, and then someone needs to chunder out of a bus.
Okay.
And that's number one. What's number two tip?
Number two, probably...
What about the warm-up games? You did. Were they
Well, we played three first-class games. We played against Queensland at the Gabba,
Lose that.
which was where the first half was going to be, but the pitch was flat as a nail.
No. We did we did Bundaberg. Then we went down to Perth and we played against the Western Australia team, right? You remember that's when Beefy forgot to take his bat out. And then we went up to Kalgoorlie. You remember to play there?
Yeah.
So those are the first three we lost quite easily.
Tell us about Beefy. He walked out, what number, and he forgot his bat.
He was batting 6.
Right, he forgot his bat.
I think he was 7. We went down because it was America's Cup. And so we went and joined Harold Cudmore's team the night before. Well, we were playing, it was normal thing. You go out the night before while you're playing. It's just part of the
It
thing.
wasn't a test match.
No, it wasn't a test match. We were just warming up. So there was Embry, Gower, myself, and Beef. And those Beefy had the sponsored limo. Wherever he went, the limo picked him up. So we all climbed in the limo, went to Harold Cudmore's place down on the harbour. He had his own sort of pavilion type thing. And we went to Clubhouse, and we went in there, started drinking away. And there was one guy had broken his leg or something. And Beefy got to chat with him and say, hard luck and that. Anyway, they started doing the old arm wrestling and that. And they're drinking away. They're getting absolutely flying. And then next minute, both of them fall off the chair, straight onto this glass coffee table. It smashes. We pick them up and put them back onto the chair, and they carry on drinking. By this time, we think we've got to go. So anyway, we call for the limo. The limo pulls up, and we pile Beefy in the back. Embers, myself, go holding on to him. And now we think we can't bring him to the entrance of the hotel. So we take him round to the where they bring all the food. So anyway, we get in the lift, and he said, I've got to go and see Laurie, my back's hurting. Laurie Brown, the physio. So we take him, we knock on the door. As the door opens, we just pushed him in, closed the door, and went to bed. I think he must have had another bottle of scotch with Laurie. He may have slept in the room. But the following day, we go out, and Gower gets a first ball. I get a first ball. And Beefy goes in at about 8, and he's halfway to the wicket. And I think Bob Willis said, I think it's a good idea if someone takes that bat to Beefy. And he smashed about a 40 or 50. Didn't help us. He couldn't remember it, and we lost that game quite easily.
What was the team? What was the squad? I can't remember.
Gucci?
Yeah.
No, that was
Broad.
Gatting.
Broad, Affy, Will Slack.
Oh, Wilfie.
Larkins?
I know Wilfie.
No, Larky didn't.
No, that was the next one. That was Gucci's
Gatting.
Yeah.
So Gatting got 4.
Embry.
Gower.
one.
Edmonds?
Who was 6?
Edmund.
Beef.
Jack Russell.
Jack
Richards.
Yes.
Richards, Bruce Frenchy. This is, here we go. That was going back to obviously when the keeper batsman scenario.
Yeah.
Frenchy was the better keeper. Frenchy was one of the best, golfmen. But Jack Richards, was the better batsman.
Got 100 at Perth.
He got 100 at Perth. He was a better batsman, so he got the gig ahead of Bruce French.
Who were the bowlers?
Picker.
Graham Dilly.
Beefy. Glad.
No, but for the test match, young Daffy. Daffy the Freitas he'd gone over as the young all-rounder, and he made the test squad, and then Embry Edmonds, the spin twins, the Middlesex spin twins. Gat as you captains want a bit of control on the field, rather than us seamers trying to giving runs away. So Gat went with the theory of and it proved.
I saw Gat here the other day. Yeah. He's turned into Henry VIII.
He is. He just looks like Henry VIII. He does.
He's done his leg. Remember?
But all that tour, he
Passed
actually
his leg
won the games we
Anthony
played.
really
We
bad.
played Victoria, again, tour match, first class game.
Didn't pitch
And
up
we
the game.
started the game, second day.
Our captain.
And the captain
Didn't arrive.
wasn't here in the field. The captain wasn't there.
He was getting petrol the night before. So he didn't arrive.
So what I brought is someone had to drive back to the hotel, and we had no cars. We drove around in our own cars and stuff.
We couldn't find him. He
So we
wasn't
had
in
to-
the hotel. And then he arrived late for the game. Bumble. He arrived late for the game. Anyway, he said, give me that ball. He runs on like it. Remember, first ball, can't get a wicket. Well, our bowlers, he comes, he bowls a bounce, and the guy hooks him, caught it. See, I told you, I get him out. Get here.
I've got previous as Gatting. I went on one of these
86,
social
87, that
trips. I went on a social trip out to Dubai and shot a Sharjah and on a Barbican. Do you remember Barbican non-alcoholic lager? They were promoting it. He's captain on that trip. Same thing. He didn't show for the bus. Where is he? And they're going knocking on doors. And he's fast asleep. And he's got his England blazer on. He had his full England blazer on, he's fast asleep. Come on, mate. Captain, David Graveney were with us.
Who's coach?
Barbecue.
When he had room service, nothing came out either.
Who was your coach?
Coach was Mickey Stewart.
We didn't have Mickey Stewart and Peter Lash.
They would.
So
that
that
was
then-
your management.
that
That
it.
was our manager.
Yeah.
We didn't have
So you had-
coaches then.
So you had a physio,
Laurie Brown.
and you had
Laurie.
two management.
Radio Turkey,
That's
we
it.
used to call him.
Old Peter Lash, he was
Peter
sort of
Shotton.
did all the admin. And
He was
Mickey.
manager. He was
Yeah.
tour manager and he would deal with the
We wouldn't have
hierarchy.
any.
We
They
would
wouldn't
go
have
off and do the
proper-
gin and tonics
Yes.
at lunchtime.
He'd give the tyres out. He'd give the tyres out to the opposition.
But that was
And
also.
then they had a scorer who did all of the, the
Scoring.
Jeffrey Solé. Was it Jeffrey Solé who was scorer?
He scored for Essex.
Clem Driver.
Clem
Driver.
Clem Driver. Big, nice guy.
And then we got a sponsorship through David Gower. So we got sponsored by Merrill Wines.
Jeff Merrill.
And Bollinger Champagne. So we had more wines travelling around, champagne with us than bags. Peter May arrived, he said,
I don't believe you. This cannot be true.
what is all this? He said, you drink
You
this
write
stuff,
these
play
down,
better. You play this better.
This is you writing all these down for us.
did
You'll
you know-
have some advice for the tour this winter.
Well, you also had
missing a trick.
Edmonds he was sponsored by Johnny Walker whiskey. So we had whiskey. You had some cheap French liqueur that we used to give away to the hotel staff to do our laundry and stuff. Because we had to pay. We used to have to pay for our own laundry. You know, back in that tour, this is 77. Our wives, girlfriends, couldn't join us for the first 6 weeks for the tour.
What, so they weren't allowed?
They weren't allowed.
And you had to pay for them to come over. So what they used to do is, your kids used to come out for like Christmas or before Christmas, or if they did come over, they had to stay in like Sydney while you toured around. And we had to pay for them. So what they used to do is they find out which of the wives are not coming and families. Then they used to go and room together, so we wouldn't have to pay for an extra room for them. That was it. Yeah. And then when you had them over with airfares, you ended up coming home with no money for them. No. There was no wage at all.
So they took it out of your wage?
Oh, yeah, it was all that. It was part of the...
Yeah.
All right.
I can remember you talk about Jeff Merrill. I mean, in the 90s, the first one that I went on with the boys, I can remember, as you said, the senior players. I mean, these are all my heroes, you know what I mean? And I can remember we all went down to Jeff Merrill's one day. I don't know whether we all got on helicopters or limos or something, and then we've all gone down to Jeff Merrill's, and I'm a young fella and everything, and all the boys, and we've arrived, and there was like this table. It must have been about 30 foot, you know what I mean, with lobsters and wine and tiers of seafood and everything like that. And I'm just sitting there wide-eyed, you know what I mean? I've never seen anything like it. And all the boys having a laugh and a joke and everything. And then David Gower sort of like, he got given this big bottle of Dom Perignon or something like that. And someone's given him this sabre, this great big sword like that. I'm going, what the hell's going on here? And he's got it, and he's sabraged. Is it sabraged it? When you get the sword and you knock the top off it like that. And he said, I now declare the afternoon well and truly open. And I don't remember anything else for about the next 3 days.
So, so I've just listened to this tour. So far we've had 3 warm-up games.
Lost everyone.
Lost everyone. And it's all been about getting sponsors, Bollinger and stuff. Well, who told you what time you had to be at the ground? Or who?
No,
you had to
Mickey
be
Stewart.
Yeah,
Mickey Stewart.
Mickey, yeah, we say the bus will be leaving at X amount.
Mickey.
If you didn't make it, you got a cab.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm the young boy in the tour. I know I'm not going to play. But luckily, obviously, we had tour games, which I think, well, if I can do well in this game, I can, And luckily, the previous year, I'd played a Shield cricket for South Australia, in their best 6 months cricket, first class cricket away from Test cricket I'd played. So I'd played on all of the the MCG, SCG, Brisbane, and that's what got me in that squad. So the night before that test, and having had a month in Australia, basically just going around partying. The big man, Beefy, got up and says, "Right, guys, that's it. The party is over." And he said, "The party is over. Tomorrow, the real cricket begins." And that was it. That was the end of the team talk. That was the end of the team talk.
But
We went out, you
They
know.
were like, what Gladys is totally right. We never had a team talk. I mean, what they do, the team talk would be, we'll sit there, nothing was said, never spoke about a bowler. There was no video of any batter or bowler, where we going to bowl. And then Gower would try to get the best wine served at dinner. And that's what we used to do. So there was nothing, not in any of my pre-talks or pre-dinners before a game we talked about the opposition.
What about, so before, so you've lost every tour match, you've obviously had a party for a few weeks, and you've had this, right, let's get the tour started, play some cricket. Martin Johnson in The Telegraph,
Yeah.
The headline was,
Oh, yeah, we can't
can't bat, can't bowl, can't field.
Team of cats. Was it?
Can't do anything but drink. Did you guys take any notice of that?
No, well,
He was right.
I think we
couldn't
said he
defend
was
it.
correct, so we thought we'd better prove him wrong. And that's when the Beefy said that thing. He said, right, come on, let's start now. We're going to beat the Australians. Forget about it. Let's just tomorrow. And then Broady got 100, Beefy got 100, Gower got 90, I got 50, and that was
So you win the first test?
oh yeah, easy.
At Brisbane.
Perth, that'll be at Perth.
Was it Perth or
No,
Brisbane?
Brisbane. We went back to Brisbane.
Yeah.
We went back to Brisbane.
Well,
Haven't flown all the way around Australia.
We've been around Australia,
Yeah.
you know, just making sure that we
It's funny-
tasted all the fine wines. And
I'll tell you something, though. It's funny that later when I was on the tour with the boys, I never saw these guys nervous. You know, never saw them nervous. I was sitting there and I was sort of a young kid and everything, and I got my debut and everything. I was going, oh, this is nervous. But then I looked around, you know, never saw Al sort of worried about going out to bat. You know what I mean? Now, you see these other kids, and when I then sort of started playing later on in life, you know, there was a lot of nerves and a lot of angst about representing your country and about having to go out and win and everything. And I think that sort of sums it up. You know, well, we're doing this. The game starts tomorrow.
but hold on, Kat, you remember 1990 when I was captain?
Yes.
We had a team meeting, and I said, Kat, you're not playing.
Yeah.
But don't go out and get pissed because you could be called up. Not even a problem.
Go out and get...
Right. So anyway, Kat, straight over there, straight to the casino, right? Peter Lush and Mickey Stewart coming for breakfast. In comes Kat. 8 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know whether I've told you. But and Al always gave me a very good bit of advice. He said, if you're going to come in early in the morning and there's a game on, he said, always go round the back. You know, don't come through the front. You know, what are you doing? And I can remember there was this really sort of like, it was in the Adelaide Hotel.
Adelaide.
Yeah, and it was a really polished floor. You know, and I had my sort of my posh shoes on with no grip on them, like that. And I've looked at the time, and it's like, I don't know, about 6:45. You know, I'm going, oh crikey, the boys are going to be coming down and having breakfast, like that. So I've run through the lobby, like that, and there's the lifts there, and I've tried to take the corner. I've tried to take the corner.
I know the hotel you're talking about.
Yeah. And I've slipped like that, and I've ended up in like the rubber plants. And I'm on the floor. I'm on the floor like that, and then all of a sudden, I've heard this ding, and it's the lift coming down, and I've gone, oh fuck, what's that? And we'd been sponsored by Reebok. We all had Reebok trainers. And as I'm sort of like pulling myself up, the doors opened and there were just 3 brand new pairs of Reebok trainers like that. And I've gone, oh shit. And I've looked up and it's Mickey Stewart, Graham Gooch and Peter Lowe.
And you're in the plant.
I'm in the France. And they're coming down to breakfast, going to get on the coach to go to the ground. And he said, oh my God. Oh, and it was funny actually because Al tried to look after me like that. And I think it was something like, you know, has anyone seen Tuffers? And I think Al said, oh, I think he's run to the ground or something. He's run to the ground.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Hey, so you go 1-0 up. Beefy, come on, give us an insight into Beefy on that trip. So he's giving you that team chat, like the cricket starts now.
And,
What was it like?
and he went out and got the 100 against Merv Hughes. He snapped Merv Hughes making his debut in Brisbane, and he was unreal, brilliant innings. But Beef. I mean, listen, is the best English cricketer all-rounder that I've seen play. Total self-belief. That was what you got from Beefy. I'm going to take the wickets. I'm going to score the runs. You just come with me. We'll do it. And he drag you along. That was his strength for me. The self-belief he had in the game. But as soon as the game was done, he was just. My role on that trip was to make sure we were sponsored. Gatorade in '86 was the sports drink sponsor, but it wasn't the fancy bottles you were having there. We got a big box of powder.
Mix the powder.
And then we got electrolytes, a sort of powder. And then we all got given a green 1.5 litre bottle. So my job was I was marking those bottles up individually, and I got a tap on the shoulder. One day, look there, Beef. He says, right, youngster, first things first, none of that shit in my bottle, pointing at the box of Gatorade. And then in the car, he says, see the fridge over there? And there was just lined up, the fridge was just full of 4X. He says, that's what I'm having in my bottle.
What, on the pitch?
Yeah.
He just says, right, he just starts off, he says, right, first things first, just, first drinks break, just put, 2 or 3 cans of lager, top it up with lemonade. And so you ran out with the drinks after the first hour. You had 10 Gatorade mixes in 1 large lager shandy.
Didn't he put tequila in at one? Didn't he do tequila?
Rocket fuel. The rocket fuel, yeah.
I mean, it was just that
wasn't a warm-up game.
That was a warm-up game. He didn't do that in the Test match. He didn't do it in the Test match. To be fair to the North.
Well, I mean,
Anyway,
we're
true,
Australia. We're Australia doing a similar thing around that time. Was it just the norm?
Well, the Aussies, obviously, Border just taken over captain. There were 1 or 2 young people like Jeff Marsh and Boone,
Fat Cat Ritchie.
Greg Ritchie. Steve Wall was the young all-rounder coming through. Dean Jones, another young player. So they weren't obviously the powerhouse team that they become, and they themselves are under pressure from their media and their fans. They were on it. The old boys, people like Lilly and Marsh and Ian Chappell, were always saying, "Oh, but Border's too pally with the likes of Gower and Lamb and Botham." They're on Border's back all the time.
Because he changed for '89 when he
did
came over
change,
here,
didn't
didn't
speak
he?
to him, did he?
Exactly.
Because we went to Perth, and Gucci said, I'm going to just go see AB because he was playing for Essex at the time. And we refused to see him. He said he was too busy.
Really?
And that was it. Simpson had said to Border, no socialising with the England team. That was a change.
But when you won, though, at the end of every game, every end of every day, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know. The fielding side, the batting side used to go into the fielding side after each day and have a skinful. And then
After every day?
Oh, every day.
Every day the team's.
If you didn't do that, you got a red card.
And was the 86? Did you have rest days in those days?
No.
Oh, no
rest
days.
No,
It was gone.
82, 83 was rest days. And geez, they were fantastic. Everyone went to church.
The other thing that happened in '86 was Christmas Day. Christmas Day was a big day on
Fancy dress.
Fancy dress. So what used to happen that when we played we played Victoria the month beforehand. So you put your hand in a bag. You got choose a letter, the alphabet, the letter from the alphabet. Yeah. So you didn't have to go down to some fancy dress shop in Melbourne to choose your outfit for what you're going to wear on Christmas Day. So we did that a few weeks before. Then you did the tour, got back to Melbourne. And then you went that morning to Boxing Christmas Eve morning or evening to get your fancy dress outfit. Then on Christmas Day, that '86, 10 o'clock, the press threw a champagne breakfast. The press boys started with champagne breakfast, so you went down, and you had a couple of hours of that. Then no practice. They go to the MCG. We'd already done that a month ago, so they need to go back there. And then so after that, you went back and got into costume.
Yeah.
And my letter was Zed.
Zorro.
Right.
So I went to Zorro.
Zorro.
Full cape and mask and that sort of stuff. The bloody hat. And anyone like by this stage, the girlfriends and family can join. So they had to come also in outfit. So she was one of the girls, one of my Zorro girls. So she was in the full flamenco, the old flamenco dress, the full outfit and stuff. Bloody wonderful. Then we go for lunch, big lunch, obviously on it. And we had to stay in costume until 6 o'clock because we were going to appear on the Noel Edmonds show. And he wanted us to be in costume. So we couldn't go back to your room. We just kept drinking through the afternoon on Christmas Day, so we could be there for Noel Edmonds.
What was that show called? Noel Edmonds.
House Party, wasn't it?
Not Crinkly Bottom.
Was it?
Crinkly
No.
Bottom.
Oh, yeah.
No, House
Blobby
Party.
was on that, wasn't it? Was it Blobby?
But it was
Mr.
Crinkly
Blobby.
Bottom.
Was it
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Got you, wasn't it? Was it?
Yeah, he gotcha'd me.
How did
you?
He got what?
I got
Mr. Blobby.
gotcha'd.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did he do?
With
What
the
was it?
Queen. So I thought it was the Queen. I got done like a kipper.
That must be on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, that's on YouTube.
What about this telephone that you do, Dickie Bird, and did one of you going out to bat and you gave...
No, that was not in the Ashes. That was...
No, that were in England, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was up
Dickie
in...
Bird's
That was it.
umpiring.
Yeah.
Test match.
That was at Trentbridge.
You
It was at
walk
Trentbridge.
out to bat and give your phone to Dickie Bird.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've brought my phone out. Can you hang on to it?
Yeah, but it was...
But how big was
That
it?
was-
I know those big...
Big,
one of the
like
big-
a
Big Eric's.
That was...
Yeah, that's big Eric.
it was
Beefy
Beefy's
made
fault.
me take that because he had that horse guy, the gorilla, running at 12 o'clock, or 12:30, I think it was running. So we said to the openers, don't get out, just, take the shine off the ball. We're playing in a one-day game, that's how it used to be. If the openers batted and got 30 after 15 overs, we were doing well, it was... And then Gower went in, and we told him to stay a bit longer, at the crease. Don't get out straight. First ball, nix it. So now I'm not going to listen to the race. We've all put money on. Beefy says, take his phone with you, and I'll give you a call and give you the result. I said, no, Beef, I'm not taking that phone out. He says, you are taking it out. And he followed me all the way down at Old Trafford. And I had this massive, great phone in my pocket.
One with the antenna.
Like it's sticking out. And off I walked out there, and I got to the middle, and I thought, what am I going to do with this phone? Dickie, come down here. Tell me, what's wrong? Walk up. I said, I've got a message for him. As he leaned forward, I took out the phone, I dropped it in his pocket. Those umpires had those big pockets. You remember those? Dropped it in, he nearly went home. I said, just take a message. There's a call coming. He got into such a panic. He was jumping around, he was fidgeting. Anyway, I took guard, and he was there, and you could see he was shaking, something was going to happen. And as Waka Yunus just got in behind him, the phone went off. Beefy had put it onto loud ring. And Betty got such a pain, shot his hands up, nearly decapitated him. And I looked up there, and the phone was still ringing, and I looked up, and there they're on the balcony, absolutely pissing themselves. So after the game, Dickie gets called in, and we think that's us, we're gone. If he says we better do Dickie here because he's going to tell what's happened. Anyway, we go downstairs. You remember he had that Jag? You remember that old Jag he had? So we jacked the Jag, put the bricks on it, put it on blocks and that. We wrote a little Dear Dickie, have a safe trip, love Beefy and Lammy. And off we went. And so Dickie went into the media to find out why. And he said, it was such a hot day. He said that he had loosened his tie, and he said a wasp had flown down it, and that's what made him jump like us. So he didn't even drop us. He was so good. He was furious with us. And I think the next game I played, there was a close call for a leg before, decision. I said, Dickie never gave. He said, that's out now, piss off.
So we play. They've just stopped playing at St Helens, Swansea. Yeah. They've just stopped playing. So I'm umpiring with Ray Julian.
Raymond.
Yeah. He's coming down the steps. There's 90 steps in at number 4, Northants, whatever. Ray Julian shouts across to me. He says, Mr. Lloyd, have you seen who's coming in now? I said, AJ Lamb, I do believe, Mr. Julian. He said, absolutely right. He said, I'll bet I get him before you. We're moving on, and how's that? The big appeal here. That's out. What did I tell you? So now it's lunchtime. So we're in the umpire's room.
Yeah.
And the fellow were called Eddie. The attendant were called Eddie.
got the keys.
And so the bell rings, and we hear this door go. We're now locked in. He's locked us in. He's got the key off Eddie. He's locked us in the room. He's got the Daily Telegraph and lit it and shoved it under the door. And we're putting this thing out like this, and they've gone out and played for 10 minutes with no umpire.
We kept saying, don't we? I think it was a little smoke bomb I put in there, because when they let him out, I said, let him out after 10 minutes. Next month, these umpires came running out. There's just smoke.
And they carried on with the game, and like they're in it. Dewey Morris and them guys are in it. And the crowd are going, there's no umpire.
First class cricket.
No umpires on the ground.
Do you remember? I remember we were also at Warwickshire, and it was games getting close. It was 8-9 wickets down, and it's getting sort of 5 o'clock. And I said to Raymond, we don't want to be caught in the traffic, do we? He says, you're right. I said, well, get that finger up. Well, that's how. He gave a quick 3 decisions, and we won the car, missed the traffic. We were home.
I mean, he used to umpire with Sam Cook. You know,
Yeah, left arm spinner, Gloucester.
Yeah, absolutely. He said, 1-0 Sam. 1-1 Raymond.
I umpired with him again, Ray Julian, at Trent Bridge, so Hadley and Rice.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the senior, I'm the junior. He said, Mr. Lloyd, which end would you like to stand at today? I said, well, you're the senior man. I said, you decide. He said, I'll just have a word with Mr. Hadley. I'll just pop upstairs and see which end he's bowling from. I can feel a 5 for coming on. Just to write them all down. Out, stone dead, marginal, probably missing.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair.
Well, after that 86, there was it was Elton John, wasn't it? Elton John was.
You had all the stars visit the dressing room.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that's right. After that, we had that one day. You remember we had that one day at Sydney.
I went there.
Yeah. Yeah, so
It's me.
86, 87, we have the one day. And we thought the one days were brilliant because we only started at 2:30 in the afternoon, so we could give it a full night. So what happened, we were staying at Bondi at those apartments at Bondi Junction. So my missus' friend was a caterer, so we said we're going to have a party. And Jeff Merrill supplied the wines and Bollinger supplied the champagne, right? And we got, there was Tony Gregg, Richie Benno, Marshy, Dennis Lilly, Tomo, George Michael, Elton John. Oh, no, we had everyone. And unfortunately, I think the lady who did the canapes put some funny stuff in it because everyone was off their tree. And this was the night before, and we were on it. Anyway, came the following day, and I had to get that 18 off the last over. I hadn't scored a boundary right up till the last over. And Daffy was batting with me, and I said to Daffy, and he was Slazenger too. I said, this Slazenger, this is crap, this bat. You better give me that bat. I'm sure your bat's better than mine. Anyway, I hadn't hit the boundary, and all of a sudden we got the runs, and we won.
So you swapped bats?
We swapped bats. It made no difference. I got Daffy's bat, right? So anyway, we got the runs, and afterwards we got interviewed by Tony Gregg, and Tony Gregg and Richie Bennett said, thank you for the party last night. And he said, we really enjoyed it. And he said, you played really well. I said, well, if you drink great wine and you drink Bollinger Champagne RD, that's what happens. And the next minute, Bollinger was sold out. You couldn't get Bollinger in Australia. So they were buying it back off us. Because Gower had done a deal with them. It was unbelievable. And then when Peter May said, I can't believe this. Why is all this wine following us around?
Was he chairman?
Yeah, chairman.
Yeah.
But Elton was in Australia that summer in '86. He was touring with the Melbourne Philharmonic Orchestra, so he would do shows all over. But because he'd met the England boys in '82, '83 in New Zealand, a tour often referred as the sex, drugs, and rock and roll tour for some reasons.
Alleged.
So he knew likes of Botham, Lamb, Gower, Foxy Fowl, and these sorts of guys. So he just gravitated towards the England team. He's not a cricket fan, he liked football, but he just knew these guys. So he would just do a concert in Brisbane, and then if we're in Sydney, he would just got the private plane down to Sydney and come and party. So roll on, boxing there, test match. Graham Dilly bowling a few balls to Elton on the outfield at the MCG, pulls his hamstring. Oh no! Gats come down to do the
Bowling to Elton John. Test match.
He's a good player.
Gats, the MCG, you're down in the basement. So I'm down there doing the drinks again, as was my role. And Gat come down to get his jumper to do that. Stoney says, stop mixing the drinks, you're playing, because Dill has just pulled a fetlock ball into EJ. I said, oh, okay, no problem. No problem. So sure enough, wins the toss and the ground. I'm in. I'm playing my first Ashes Test match. And Beef, injured the previous week, got injured fly fishing in Tasmania. he pulls an intercostal as you do, and he's only 60% fit. I mean, he's nowhere fit. But we're 1-0 up in the series, two tests to play. You ain't gonna stop Beef from playing that test, mate. He says, "Hey, call the doctor and just take whatever you want in me. I've had everything going wrong anyway. So just get it in me." He plays. I'm playing. The ball's moving around a bit. The first ball was a big wide down leg style. Then I got the radar on, got it going, got a couple of wickets, and Beef comes on, and then he gets Marshy. He went for a hook, top edge. Jack Richards running back, catches him between, sort of running down towards. Then he gets someone out caught on the third man boundary.
Long
on this green.
Long off.
So, yeah.
I don't think one bowled one decent.
So he gets his fight. He gets his fight for me. We won the match.
Yeah, but you bowled. You got
5.
He won the game for us.
Decent 5, caught,
Nicely
slip, ball, proper
Beefy
ball.
used to get caught all over.
Everywhere, yeah.
But we won the match on the third afternoon. The third afternoon, we won the match. Door of the dressing room, the MC dressing room's burst off, and in comes Elton into the room with champagne. He says, well played, boys, good stuff. Have a good hair. So we started, that was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we started on it again. And then by 9 o'clock, we're now in Beefy Street at the hotel, and by this stage, we're flagging now.
Tired.
And all of a sudden, the door of Beefy Street bursts open, and in comes Elton, followed by a load of waiters and bringing more champagne, oysters, lobsters, a full tobacco. Comes in, he says, where's the party? You gotta have a party. You can't be like this. Oh, come on, we've been drinking for 5 hours now. He says, come on. He sees Beefy. He bought this CD player in Singapore on the way out to Australia.
Carried it around.
And it was half the size of this table. The Daffy, the young, just have to carry this thing around with him. And as rich as Beefy, he had about 3 or 4 CDs, because CDs at the time was about 40, 45 quid a pop. So he only had about 3 or 4 CDs. Elton says, where's the music? Where's the music? You got to have music for a party. He said, he says, is that it? Is that it? 3 CDs. Sends his driver off to his hotel. Half an hour later, the driver comes back with 3 suitcases full of CDs. And Elton John, until early hours in the morning, he was our DJ. Yeah. So he became EJ the DJ.
Brilliant.
Just how and that was it. By the time we got to, we went and played the Perth Challenge, the one-day thing, which we won the test match, 2-0 up with 1 to play. Got to Perth for
that was called the America's Cup.
America's Cup trophy.
We won that quite easily.
We won that as well.
Everything. We won. And then we won the other one, the one day.
The one-day triangular thing.
Well, the only games we lost were the pre-warm-ups.
There you go.
there you go, that's how you
if
win.
the England side aren't listening to this, it's been the greatest way of winning down under.
Yeah.
So
But-
basically, you lose the warm-up games, you get smashed by the media before the first test.
You get
then win
sponsored by Bollinger.
You need a wine sponsor,
Whiskey.
a champagne sponsor, a whiskey sponsor. You drink every night and then you win.
Exactly.
That's all you need to do.
That's it. But,
It's a blueprint.
Forget about the cricket.
but on a serious note, do you think they should be having a few more warm-up games? Because going straight in,
Perhaps
Ask him.
one,
Ask him.
perhaps one or two, perhaps.
what did you do when you went?
Well, we had 3, but I think just talking to them, like a few of the England lads recently, they're saying that like, we went there last 2 times, and the opposition, Australia, just throw out like terrible teams.
Yeah.
Like, then they said we played 1 game, only one of them had a first-class experience. They're basically playing club sides. They played 2 club sides. They want to.
And then we let them play all the counties, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we want to control. They're saying they want to control their
Well, the
things.
warm-up games that I played over, they were like proper
Yeah.
shield.
Yeah,
proper
those days are gone.
gnarly game.
We did it completely the opposite to what they like. We won every game before we played and got beat 4-1.
Then, you know, there were 13 Australians on the field too in those days.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Phil, you had that experience.
Yeah.
Tony Kraft.
Oh, and
Peter
Peter
McConnell.
McConnell.
No, and what about the guy from Brisbane? What's his name? He gave
Yes.
Dyson,
Crafter?
not Crafter, Clements. What was his name? Clements. So Simon Dyson was run out by 2 yards by Bob Willis, you know, through the stumps down. And we went absolutely mad. We said, oh, this is ridiculous. So in the following morning, the Sydney Herald, there was a picture, and there was no
No batter.
no batter. The stumps were down. So I went to the umpire and I said to him, have a look at this. He said, yes, but he had already passed by.
He said it already.
Can you believe it? The Aussie cheats.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Guys, we finished with some community questions. I know we've had a great laugh, but the first one is, how do you rate this current team's chances in Australia?
I think I rate them quite highly because I think on the batting front, I think we've probably got a better batting lineup. They edge us on the bowling, but if we can keep all our bowlers fit, I know we lack a spinner. I think the spinner is going to be quite vital. But Brisbane, I don't think it'll go 3 days there because that pink ball is going to go all over the place, or it'll rain. But I think England could win, say, 3-1.
Oh, love that. Love
Gladys?
It's going to be a great series. I think all the tests will be with results. I think the last few years of watching cricket from Australia, the pitches are a little bit more spicier than they have been from our time of playing down there. So the bowlers, quite rightly, are going to play a huge part. So Wood and Archer must. You got the pace heads. I like the look. I think Josh Tang. I think Australian wickets. I think he will be a handful.
Yeah.
I think our bowling and spinners, you know, they're not going to finish the Test match in Australia. So just I want to, and obviously the captain, he's vital. His bowling style. When he's fitting well, you know, he'll move the ball around more than anyone else in that series. So I think we've got an edge. So 3-2. I'll be down there with my travel guys.
And Lammy will be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah.
But I'm planning golf on days 4 and 5 of each test.
Are you with Jamie Smith? No.
Yeah, Jeremy, yes.
Black Opal?
Black Opal, yeah, Black Opal, guys. I've just come back. I was just in Malahide just the weekend.
Oh, lovely. Do you get in
Gibneys?
Gibneys?
Gibneys is lovely to go. Good drop.
And Lammy, yours is your own, isn't it?
Yeah.
And associates, yeah? Yeah, so how many are you taking down?
We taking the main one is we're just doing Christmas and New Year, so we've got about 24.
And will you have the Bollinger and the wines?
Well, yeah, we'll be in a box. Not sitting out in the stands anymore. I'm too old for that.
Right, the last one. To win, we've all played in England side, and it's all been geared around all-rounders. You know, we've got Flintoff in my time, Ben Stokes, Ian Botham. Not easy, I know, but you've got to rank them 1 to 3.
Oh. Jesus, that's a hard one.
Rank what?
The 3 all-rounders, Stokes, Flintoff,
Well, I've said just recently, I think Stokes is now England's best all-rounder. If you have a look at his record, it's better than Beefy's. And he's won games like Beefy.
Have you told Beefy this?
Yeah. it was
Not to his face.
It was in the Times. I saw him the other day. I said, you know, Beef, if you had stayed fitter, no one would have ever caught you. What do you mean? No, but have a look at the records. There's nothing to lie about. I think Beefy was brilliant, but I think Stokes has gone ahead of him.
So you're going Stokes, Beef,
Yeah.
and Fred.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Gladys?
Beefy for me. If Beefy had stayed fit, I mean, this guy scored 14 Test match hundreds. They're batsmen who don't get that many. So the all-rounder for me is a guy who can get in the team as a batsman or a bowler. And out of those three, at their best, Beefy's a guy who can do that. Who can do that?
Have you seen Stokes' record?
Oh yeah, it's
The only thing about Beefy's
record.
fifers. How many fifers
He had
has
a lot of
Beefy's
fifers.
got?
Yeah, when he was fit,
18 or something.
when he was in his pomp, he can.
When Jimmy went past Beefy's wickets, you know, so it was a big thing that he's gone past 3-4-3.
Was it 380?
Yeah, something like
380?
that. So congratulations and all that. In the commentary box, Beefy says, "How many hundreds has he got?"
Lads, brilliant. Thank you.
Brilliant.
That has been an entertaining show.
Fabulous.
Thank you for watching, superstar. Brilliant.
Right, I'll get it.
Where's the wine? Get the wine. No, we just have one
it's a bit
picture.
posh, isn't it? Coffee and...
Whose round is it?